So okay, just a moment, let me take an attendance. Just raise the hands. Lavanya, Aishwarya, and Jyoti. Are you people present? If yes, Krishna, discuss at the end. Okay. Okay, I will give it. Okay. So, what is this randomization? Usually, okay. So usually, what happens? Usually, in our Verilog, okay, in the Verilog also we are using the word random, dollar random, and also we are using dollar u random. Okay, so with the help of this also we are doing the randomization, that's fine. But here we are supposed to take a particular variable again and again and again. For example, if you want to randomize a b c d e f, okay, at a time it is not possible for me to randomize, correct? I have to take a dollar random of a, dollar random of b, dollar random of c. Okay, so individually I have to mention the variables, that is one point. And I do not have a flexibility to add the constraints to it. I mean to tell, okay, for example, you want to generate the random values for A. Okay, okay, you will generate maybe some 10 values you want. Okay, 10 random values you want to generate for A. That is like 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, and so on. See, it is like all are multiples of 5, correct? Like this, I can't set any constraint here. Constraint means some condition. Okay, randomization, obviously it will happen 1, 8, 9, 10. Randomly I can get the value with the help of dollar random and dollar u random. That is okay. But if I want to set any particular condition, or if I want to set any particular constraint, 100% that is not possible in terms of dollar random and dollar u random. Okay, okay, if you want to write the constraint, again you have to write initial, begin, end, and again you are supposed to write a lengthy logic. Okay, after that logic you have to use dollar random. That's a huge task in the Verilog. So in system Verilog and in the UVM, what are we going to do is we have a separate concept called randomization, in which again we are having subtopic called constraints also. Okay, so which is helping us to not only randomize the numbers, to even have a flexibility to add the condition over my randomization process. That is one thing. And in the dollar random and dollar u random, I even can't decide that, for example, if I want 10 values, there is a possibility that those 10 values may also get repeated. Okay, there is a possibility. Like, for example, 5 values I want, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 4, 14, 64, 4, and 8. See, 4 and 4 repeated 2 times. Okay, so like this I don't want. If I don't want, I can't set that condition in the dollar random and dollar u random. Okay, but in the randomization, again I have a concept called rand and randc. With the help of this concept, even I can have a control over the random values that is actually been produced. Okay, so till here, is it clear why are we coming to randomization and why are we not using? And one more thing, it's not like dollar random and dollar u random you can't use in SV. You can still use in SV, but it's not required. Anyways, we have a separate topic of randomization, so we don't require these two keywords in the SV. But if you use, it will not throw you any error. Okay. See, system Verilog is something that all the languages, as I told multiple times, we are taking the best topics, okay, from all the programming language. Those topics is even working in SV. Okay, in SV, data types we have taken from Verilog, for loop, for each loop we have taken from Verilog, right? All this still it is working in SV. It is not like if you use in SV it will not work. There is nothing like that. Okay, function and task concept, again that is a Verilog concept we are using in SV. Still it is working. Okay, it's like that. It doesn't mean that whatever we are eliminating, that is not suitable to SV. I'm not telling like that. But more than that, we are developing some other concept. Whatever the concept was already existing, we are just enhancing the concept and we are using that in a SV. That's how the things are happening here. Okay, so till now, is it clear? What is the difference between a randomization of SV and dollar random and dollar u random? Okay, it's not asked in the interview, I'm just giving the intro. Okay, basically what they ask is directly the rand and rand interview questions only they will ask. Okay, I just told that why exactly again we are coming to a new concept. Okay, because in Verilog already we are randomizing using the keywords. Again, why are we navigating to a new concept? That is what I told just it. Just that's it. Okay, and 1 minute. Hmm. Now, coming to a very important keyword. Okay, before keyword, I'll tell one more thing. Basically, randomization. Randomization, this concept, okay, is used in which particular file? See, you are having so many files in system Verilog test bench architecture, right? In all these files, actually, randomization where it is used means basically in two files. That is transaction file and generator file. In these two files only we are using the randomization concept 100%. No matter you go for mini project, IP level, SOC level, wherever you go, the procedure of the architecture writing will remain same. Okay, now in system Verilog, okay, we call it as transaction generator, but in the UVM also same files only, naming is different. Now itself you can write that naming. Okay, transaction is called as a sequence item. Okay, and this one generator is called generator is again called as this one sequence. Okay, so both are same, but the word itself is different. And one more thing, I think sir has informed you people, to join UVM session. Whoever is interested, okay, you guys can also join the UVM session today at 4 p.m. Okay, today at 4 p.m. I'll be taking a UVM session every day at 4 p.m. only usually. Okay, anyone wants to join the UVM session from now itself, you guys can join at 4 p.m. Okay, inform me also the name so that I can add that in the attendance tracker. Okay, yes. And after SV, I do not know. I may or I may not handle UVM. I'm not sure about it. But currently, whatever the UVM batch I am starting right today, that batch I will be handling completely. Okay. But after completing this SV session, next UVM session, who is going to handle? I'm not sure. Okay. So I may assign some other trainer. Okay. I'm not sure about it. But current batch I will handle. Okay. Yes. And the session timings will be every day 4 p.m. Okay, 4 p.m. or 4:15 or 3:45, somewhere around. Okay, yes. So make a note of this first of all. Okay, randomization concept is divided into two parts. In the transaction file also we will write, in the generator file also we will write with respect to SV. The same files in UVM we call it as a sequence item and the sequence. Okay, so make a note of it. Next, now we are having some keywords just like in Verilog. How are we having dollar random and dollar u random? Right now, the same way in system Verilog, we are having some two keywords, that is rand and rand c. Okay, so what is this word? It is again same, similar to the dollar random only. Okay, so if you use rand logic, that is data type A, if you write like this, what happens? Suppose just imagine you are repeating the loop for some 5 times. Okay, you want some 5 values for A. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 values, random values you want. Okay, if you are using rand keyword, what happens is 44 64 8 100 44. There is a possibility that the number may get repeated. It's not sure that 100% it will get repeated. No, if we use rand for the A variable, when you generate the random value, there is a possibility that the numericals may get repeated, but it is not 100% sure. Sometimes you may also get unique values, but in your test case or in your project, if it is mandatory for you people to generate unique values, then you are supposed to use this word called rand c. C for cyclic. Okay, what happens here is when you use rand c logic of A. So when you people write this, what happens if you are generating 5 values for A? Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. If you generate 5 values for A, what exactly happens here is in the RAND C, 100% you'll get unique values. Okay, there is no chance of getting repeated like this. Okay, no, all the 5 values are unique values. Like that, in one cycle, the values won't get repeated. That is 100% sure. Okay, but if you're not concerned about whether the values repeat or not repeat, I don't care about, means you can simply use rand. Okay, so this is a difference between rand and rancy. But rand and rancy, when you people execute using a single code, okay, single code in this is, now I will execute the code and I'll show in the EDA. Okay, when you execute this using single code, 100% you will not get a proper answer. Okay, because this is a concept which exactly works with the SV architecture only. Okay, means you should write that in the transaction file, and transaction file is present inside the env, again env is present inside the test. It should be having a hierarchy, then only this concept will work. Okay, individually if you try to run, you may not get a proper answer. Okay, so that I'll show now. Because usually here currently I can't develop a architecture, right? I will start the multiplexer project, no, then I will tell about the process. Okay, there you will get a 100% correct answer, but now definitely you may not get a right answer. Let me just show you people what exactly happens. See, here I have used rand and rancy. Okay, according to my explanation, I have to get unique values for rancy, correct? I will not get, because I'm using single file na. Okay, class and class, I've used two properties, okay, rand and rancy. So rand, it will repeat or it will not repeat, that is no problem. But rancy, 100% values should not repeat. But here in the output, 100% I will get repeated values, because this is just one file. This file is not linked in the hierarchy, correct? So I will not get proper output. But explanation wise, you have to write this only. This I can prove it in the project itself, in the mux project. Okay, so module and module initial beginning. So I'm taking one handle for the class. Okay, one object is created using the new constructor. And see, just by writing rand and rancy, your randomization won't happen. We should have one word to trigger this rand and rancy. Okay, which is that word? Randomize. Okay, randomize is some keyword which is going to trigger rand and rancy. If you simply write rand and rancy, you will not get output. You have to trigger these two statements using this syntax, object dot randomize. If you write this, then only these two lines will work. If not, it is like useless only. Even if you write, it won't work. Okay, the syntax is the object, pkt is a object, right? Object dot randomize. When you write this, it means that okay, now the randomization has to happen. Okay, and how many times I'm repeating the loop? 10 times, which means what? I want 10 values for address 1 and 10 values for address 2. Okay, let me run the code. Okay, 10 values for address 1, address 2 I got. First rand 1 1 3 2 7 0 3. See, 3 and 3 repeated, 2 and 2 is also repeated, 1 is also repeated. It obviously it comes. Okay, repetition values definitely we may get. Okay, but here the thing is the repetition should not happen, but it has happened. As I told, 1 is repeated, 2 is repeated. Okay, so as I told, in the single code you will not get a appropriate or accurate answers, but you will get it in a hierarchy. Okay, so this is one thing that you have to remember. But according to the project, when you see rand c, you will get a unique values. Okay, the values won't get repeated. Okay, so that please make a note. Okay, because see, here I have written everything in a single file. Usually what happens in the transaction file, you're going to write rand and rand c. The transaction file randomization you will do in the generator. That is the actual process. Okay, when you do in that way, then only you'll get a proper answer. But here, as I just have to tell the procedure, I've just written the code, that's it. Okay, yes, so that's about the rand and rancy. Okay, next. So okay, before going to that, I also have to tell about another one theory point, that is, okay, I told we are going to write the randomization concept in the transaction file plus generator file. Okay, so in the transaction file, what are we going to do? We are simply going to declare the input values, sorry, input variables. We are just going to declare the input variables as rand or rancy. First step. Okay, means we should generate the stimulus means what? Our input values. Those input values I will declare either as rand or rancy. First step. Second is, if you want to write any constraints, before the randomization, if you want to write any constraints means what? For the randomization process, if you want to add any condition, okay, that whatever the randomized value I get, that should be in multiples of 5. Whatever the random values I get, I should get only even number. Okay, I should get the whatever the random values I get, those values should be in between 20 and 25 only. Okay, like this, if you want to add any conditions for the randomization concept, that is called as constraint. And that constraints also we are writing in the transaction only. Okay, and that's it. So these are the two main things that you are going to do in the transaction. But here, generation of the stimulus won't happen. You are just writing, see, this is the signals, input signals, and this is the constraint, that's it. But in the generator file, what are we going to do? Using the syntax object dot randomize, just now we have seen in the code, right? Now using that object dot randomize, we are going to trigger the randomization process. I mean to tell, object of what? Object of the transaction class. Okay, for that, in the generator file, transaction class handle we will create, that transaction class object we will create. Okay, and we will write t1 dot randomize. Okay, when we write like this, then only the random values will get generated for the variables. Okay, and then we are going to display the result of randomization. That is how the process is going to happen. Okay, let me briefly show you any some random project. Okay, some IP level projects only I will show, so that there you will understand. See, this is okay, this is a UVM, right? Okay, anyways, UVM, yes, we both are. uh, this is my generator. Okay, see, this is one of a random protocol project. Okay, so this is my transaction file. Okay, transactions, as I just told, transaction is also called as sequence item in the UVM. Okay, so here you can see that sequence item file. Don't worry, in the UVM I'll teach what it is, class hierarchy, what is this registration and all. Okay, as of now, just concentrate about the randomization process. Okay, see, these are my input signals. For all these input signals, according to my requirement, either we can write rand or randc. Okay, this is first step. Second step is, if you people want to write any constraints, you can write. Okay, see, here I'm trying to tell constraints. I will tell the syntax, don't worry. Okay, constraint, name of the constraint, I'm telling this is h address is one stimulus. Okay, that h address should be in between these values. I told, okay, do the randomization, but I'm also telling that whatever the values will get generated, that should be in between these values. That's what I'm trying to tell in the constraint. Extra condition I'm going to add for the randomization process, that is constraint. Okay, and in the generator, what I will do, in the generator, using object dot randomize. See, okay, here it will be difficult for you because UVM syntax is different. I'll take any SV only. Wait a minute. Generator. Huh. In the generator, what I'll do, see here, object dot randomize, that's it. Okay, so what I'll do, I will take the handle of the transaction class, as I told. Okay, for this pkt I will create an object. So with the help of this object, I'll do randomize. The moment I write this, then only you will be able to generate the random values for your signals. Okay, so this is how the division of concept is going to happen. One concept is used in two files. One is sequence item, sorry, one is transaction, one is generator. Okay, even in the project, step by step I will teach you people, then you'll get to know in a proper way. Okay, how the division of concept is going to happen. Okay, yes, so that's about the thing. And one more thing that you have to remember is, basically randomization is divided into three stages, not three types, three stages. That is pre-randomization, randomization, post-randomization. Okay, three stages we are dividing. Just a moment. Okay, pre-randomization means what? See, randomization means object dot randomize. Okay, object dot randomize. Where are we going to write this word? We are going to write this word in the generator. Okay, this is fine. Let us keep this aside. Okay, next. Before randomization, what are we going to do? Just now I told no, in the transaction class, two steps we are doing. What is that? We are going to declare the signal has either rand or ranc. Okay, that is first step. And we are also adding some constraints according to our requirement. Okay, so this comes under pre-randomization. Okay, the name itself tell pre-randomization means before doing the randomization what extra things we are supposed to add, that is called as pre-randomization. Okay, randomization means object dot randomize, this is called as randomization. Post randomization means we will display the result na? We are going to display the generated what stimulus result. Okay, we are going to generate the stimulus, and that stimulus we are going to display na? That is called as post randomization. Okay, along with that, if you want to override your result, see you got a result now. Okay, some five random values you want to generate for a, you got that result, but still you are not satisfied, you want to override that. Can you change that? Yes, you can do that. Okay, that is also coming under post randomization. Okay, so this is just three stages, but it is not like in the code there is nothing that will differentiate between these three. Means the moment you see declaring the rand and Rancian constraint, you have to recognize that okay, this comes under pre-randomization. The moment you see object dot randomize, you have to recognize that it comes under randomization. Okay, and then when you are writing display and if you want to write overriding logic, that comes under the post randomization. You just have to see and recognize, that's it. There is nothing that you have to right, that this comes under pre-randomization, this comes under post-randomization. There is nothing like that. Okay, according to the stages, these are the three stages that you have to see and recognize. Okay, because in the code there is nothing that you are separately or not separate supposed to write this. Okay, only thing is pre-randomization you will write in the transaction, these three you will write in the generator. Okay, so this division you are supposed to understand, and the three stages pre-randomization, randomization, post-randomization, you may get this in the interview. Okay, you may get this interview question. Okay, so make a note of this. Okay, random rancy. So example we have seen for random rancy, and now if you want to disable, so okay, you are doing the randomization concept. Okay, now if you want to disable at some point of time, how you will do? Using one keyword called rand mode. Okay, so I'll show that. Class and class. Okay, I've taken two variables, some properties I've taken. Okay, and both I have declared as rand and rand only. Okay, now inside module and module I've created initial, begin, and inside that I've created an handle, then I'm creating an object. Okay, next I am just trying to display what is the status of the property. Status in the sense, see, by default randomization will be on only by default. Okay, see what I'm trying to check here, pkt is what? Object. Okay, object, inside that do we have address? Yes, we have. Inside that what is rand mode? In the sense, if rand mode answer if I get 1, it means that randomization process is on. If rand mode answer if I get 0, it means that randomization process is off. That's what it means. Okay, now let me just comment everything one by one, let us analyze. Okay, so I have just declared two variables. I've declared a object, I've created an object, and I'm trying to check the status. By default the status will be on. See, I'm getting the answer as 1 and 1, which means randomization concept is on. Now I will disable. How can I disable? Using object dot rand mode of 0. Inside this object, what is present? Two variables are present, address and data. Both the randomization process got off now. Okay, after this I will check the status. After disabling I will again check the status. Remaining things I'll comment. Run the code. See, first I am checking the status, it was on by default. Okay, then I am disabling it from my side, and now if I check the status I have to get 0 0. See, now the status I'm getting it as 0 0 because now the randomization is off. Once the randomization is off, if you try to run the randomize run the packet dot randomize, what happens? You will not get an output because you have switched off the concept. No, you will not get an output here. Okay, so let me just check the output. After disabling, I am trying to randomize. How it will happen? Randomization won't happen here. See, address and data you are getting 0 0. Okay, suppose if I on, and if I after this again I will on. How should I on? By writing 1. Okay, now I have turned on the randomization process. After turning on, if I run the randomize, now I will get an output. Let me run. See, now I'm getting the answer. Okay, some random answers for address and data I'm getting, because now again I turned on the randomization process. Okay, so that's how the on and off of randomization will happen. Okay, and here I'm trying to again check the status. This time status will be 1 only, because currently the process is working. Okay, see, usually on and off, you no need to do it from your side. By default, randomization will be on only. In case if you off the randomization process, again, if you want the randomization process to work, then only you have to mandatorily on once again. Okay, by default, it will be on only. You suppose if you are not offing it, if you are not switching off the circuit, if you are not switching off the randomization concept, you do not have to on it on it from your side. Okay, see, if I do not write anything, this randomization, that random mode itself I'll not write. Okay, then by default it will be on only. Okay, I'm not going to write any on and off lines. Okay, by default randomization will work. In case if you disable, then if you want randomization to work once again, then you have to again on it. Okay, so that's how the circuit will work. Okay, so is it clear about this rand mode keyword? It's important interview question, they will ask you. Okay, so tell me the difference between, no, they will ask you how to disable the randomization process and how to disable the constraint. Okay, so these two questions they will ask. Is it clear? Constraint I didn't tell, I will tell. Okay, yes, it's very important, rand mode. And also remember, you do not have to on the randomization process. By default it will be on only. Suppose in case if you switch off, then again you have to on, then only it will work. Okay, if you switch off, then again I have to on. Okay, if you are not disturbing your circuit, if you are not disturbing your generator or a transaction file, by default your randomization process will be on only. You don't have to use rand mode of 1. You don't have to use it. By default it will be on only. Okay, yes, so that's about the basics of randomization. Okay, so here what are interview questions that we have discussed is, with respect to interview, today is what, 15th. I think when I stopped, I think last session also I didn't give interview questions. No, wait a minute. Clocking block. Till 6th I have given the interview questions. I think after that I have not given. No, yes, I'll give it now from here onwards. Okay, so I forgot to give it. Okay, 1 minute. I'll take a. Even slides I have not uploaded, I will upload it today. Okay, recording sessions I have given. Okay, slides I didn't upload. I think in the slides I might have written. Just a minute, let me check. Okay, anyways, I'll give it here only. 10th. Okay, 10th, 12th, 2024 here. 100% explanation I'm telling. Okay, explanation of fork join any, Fork join any. Explanation, very important. Okay, explanation they will ask, and they will ask uh, wait fork and disable fork. Wait fork and disable fork can be used in which loops? Can be used in which loops? Which loops? In the sense, the answer for this will be fork join any and fork join none. In the fork join you can write, but there is no use of it. Okay, that explanation you have to give properly. Okay, next, definition of handle. No, difference between handle and object. Difference between handle and object. Okay, and definition of class. Class is an encapsulation of properties and methods. That's it. Or it's a user defined data type which is having a properties and methods. Methods in the sense task and function again. Okay. Next, nested. What is nested or aggregate class? See, I'm also giving the alternate names here. Okay. Nested and aggregate class. They usually aggregate word is not used anyways. Okay. Nested only we will use, but still you remember. Okay. What this keyword explanation they will ask. This keywords explanation. This always refers to the property of the class. Okay, property of the class with code. You should be able to explain to the interviewer with code. Okay, and static and automatic they may not ask, but still, static and automatic. Once static and automatic, the keywords you should remember. Static and automatic, task and function. Task and function you have to remember, and they will ask to tell the enhancement point, or else you write down the task and function difference. Task and function difference of SV. Okay, not very long, because in SV you are having some enhancement points. Those enhancement points you have to remember. Okay, those enhancement point you are supposed to remember. Okay, so this was all about the 10th. Okay, 10th and 11th also. 11th also I covered here. 10th and 11th syllabus it is. Okay, and one more thing, last question they will ask, difference between pass by value, pass by reference. Difference between pass by value and pass by reference. Okay, so this is only important. Remaining I have thought, no, pass by name, pass by position, pass by default argument, that they will not ask actually. Okay, if they ask, they will definitely ask pass by value, pass by reference. This along with the code you should be able to explain. Okay, so this please make a note of it. Okay, and 12th 12th syllabus packages you should learn. It is not interview question, but it is for your project. Okay, packages, in order you should write the files na, that you should memorize. That you should memorize. Okay, because one file here and there if you write also, the project will not work, complete project will not work. Okay, so that in the packages, that using a tick include, we are writing the files names na, according to order. That order you have to remember. Okay, next will be, of course, VI, virtual interface and static interface difference. Virtual interface and static interface difference. Okay, and waveform of clocking block. I guess I have given these questions. I don't remember, anyways. Waveform of clocking block. I mean to tell the output and input skew waveform. Output and input skew waveform. Of course, the definition also comes under that. Okay, and here everything covers. Okay, default value of input skew, output skew in the event scheduler, where input skew and output skew has been executed. All this covers, all those covers, a question comes here. Okay, and what is clocking block and mod port, or else advantages of clocking block. Advantages of clocking block, and they may also ask you about the mod port. Okay, see these two questions. No, with respect to the project, any one marks project, I'll explain you people that project, and future any IP project if you do with respect to project, you should explain to the interviewer. Then only it will be clear. Okay, so these things you have to memorize. Okay, and definitely they will ask the event scheduler or regions you can call. Okay, or stratified event queue, stratified event queues answer of SV. Okay, in Verilog we had four stages, but in SV we are having seven stages. All the seven stages you have to properly memorize again in order. Again, this is in order. Okay, yes. So these are your interview questions of your previous sessions, so 10th, 11th, and 12th. Okay, so just a moment. I will just convert. Okay, you guys can take some break. I will just upload your slides and come back. Yes, guys. So you guys can check now. Okay, just a moment. I'll share my screen. A light. Okay, I hope so. My screen is visible. I have uploaded everything. Yes. So here you guys can see. Till yesterday, whatever the slides are there, everything I have updated. Okay, including the interview questions, what I have told today. Okay, so make sure to make use of this and complete all the interview questions. As I told, till 17th there is no review. After 17th only, I will start again taking the review. Anytime, I'll not inform. Okay, anytime I may conduct a review. So after 17th, okay, from Wednesday onwards, you guys have to compulsory join via laptop, because I may ask you people to write the code also randomly. Okay, yes. So now, and one more thing, this interview questions I didn't tell. It's very simple. Just only one question: difference between shallow copy, deep copy, and class assignment. Okay, let me even write that in today's slide. Where is my pen? Uh, uh. So today is 15th, right? 13th question. That is okay. So only one question: difference between class assignment, shallow copy, and deep copy. I already told the difference in the session. Shallow copy and deep copy. Once again, please go through it. And main importantly, deep copy code you should remember. Deep copy code they may ask you to write. Okay, in the interview they may ask you to write. Okay, so coming to today's question so far. So coming to today's question, they will definitely ask the Rand and Ramsey difference. Rand and Ramsey difference they will ask. And stages they will not ask anyways, but still you remember. Okay, three stages of randomization. Three stages of randomization. Okay, and how to disable the randomization process. How to disable the randomization process. How to disable the randomization process. And you should know at least any project transaction and generator file. Transaction and generator file for in our session. So Max, we will discuss that. You do not have to worry. Okay, anything they may ask you people to explain with respect to project, explain about the randomization. If they ask, you should explain only about the transaction and generator files of any project. Any project. And 100% whenever you are going to study the project, no, how many constraints you have written they will ask. Okay, means in the future you will do IP projects. Right now, in the IP project, definitely you have to memorize the constraints. How many constraints you have written? Explain. In the project, project question it is. It is not the syllabus, the SV. With respect to project, I am telling. Okay, how many constraints and how many assertions? Means in the project, this question is compulsory. Any project you do, they will definitely ask how many constraints you have written. Write that in the notepad, and also how many assertions you have written, that also you have to memorize and go for the project purpose. Okay, so these are the questions that we have discussed so far. Okay, now coming to the constraint. Okay, now coming to the next topic, that is constraints topic. So as I told, where constraints is written in the transaction class, and that too it comes under the pre-randomization process. It comes under pre-randomization process, right? And one more thing, guys, today evening are you people having the session like around 6:30? Like you people are attending some other IP batch also, no? I think Teja is taking handling. Today at 6:30, do you people have any session for another 1 hour? Can I take a session 6:30 to 7:30? Please respond in the chat box, everyone. Today another session, one hour, 6:30 to 7:30. Can I take other session? Which session, Krishna? Axi. Okay. Teja, at what time he is taking? What is the timings that Teja is handling? 7 o'clock. No. Okay. 7 o'clock. 4 to 5. 5:30. 5:30 to 6. 5:30 to 6:30. Can I take? Okay, Karthik is taking. Okay. Okay. 5:30 to 6:30. Can I take another session? Others, please respond soon. 5:30 to 6:30, just 1 hour, for some 45 minutes only, not even 1 hour. 5:30 to 6:30, I'm telling, but 6:30 early only I will leave. 5:30, can I take another session? Others, please respond pa soon. I'll make a note because today is Sunday, no? If I 5:30, if I take my lengthy session, SV or UVM? SV only, Krishna. UVM at 4 o'clock. Huh, okay, because randomization today I will complete. Okay. So now at around 3:45, another some 15-20 minutes I will take, and I will close the session. At 4 o'clock I have to take UVM, and again at 5:30 I'll take SV only for you people, for your complete batch. Okay, yes. And as I told, whoever wants to attend UVM, give me your names either to sir or to me. Okay, directly you guys can give to me. I'll keep that in a tracker, or else you can give it to sir also. But everyday session will be at 4 p.m. only. That is fixed. Timings will not be changed. And SV session as usual, 1:30 or 2 o'clock. Any in this particular time span I will be handling. Okay. Yes. What about others? Vikas, Manikanta. Manikanta responded. So okay, so you everyone have to attend, because at any cost today randomization we will complete it, so that in the next week we'll complete this no syllabus part. Okay, so that we can spend more and more time in the practice of constraints and all. Okay, because today if I complete randomization, my no intention is to give you the constraint document, because constraints many are there. How much ever you practice, it is less only, that's why. Okay, so yes. Okay, coming to the constraint part, as I told, it is been written in the transaction file, and it comes under the pre-randomization stage. This is fine. Okay, and as I told, what is definition? It's very simple. When we want to apply any on the randomization condition on the randomization process, that is called as constraint. Okay, that is called as constraint. Now there are so many types of constraint, but general classification, if you people want to do, there are only three types. Okay, it is not more than three types, only three types. But again, in three types we have a sub classification. What are these three types? Means inline constraint, inline constraints, conditional constraint, conditional constraint, and distribution constraint. distribution constraint. Still many we have like soft constraint. Okay, all those again comes under, for example, if you take a soft constraint, okay, soft keyword is there na, that the keyword you can write here also, here also, here also. That is why I'm not telling that in the main category. Okay, mainly if they has the classification, only three types you have to tell 100%: in inline constraint, conditional constraint, distribution constraint. In the distribution constraint, we will be having a symbols like this and this. Okay, these are the operators that you have to remember for this particular topic. Inline constraint, only one word you have to remember, that is with the keyword. Okay, with keyword you have to remember, wherever you have with the keyword, that is nothing but inline constraint. Conditional constraint means what? In the name itself we have conditional, which means what? Here it actually behaves like if else statement. If else statement. Okay, we know that if expression is true, we will get a true condition or we get a false condition, right? It behaves somewhat like that. Okay, here what you have to understand is definitely we will be having one operator called implication operator. This is called as implication operator. Okay, so these are the key points that you have to remember for these three types of constraint. Inline constraint means which will be having with keyword, conditional constraint means we will be having implication operator, distribution constraint means we will be having these operators. Okay, so this is first importantly you need to understand. Okay, types of constraints. Okay, now let me go to the coding. So this completes your theory part. Now completely let us understand all the constraints directly with the help of coding. Okay, one second. So disable is done. Okay, randomization disable. Here pre and post randomization, if you want to write, you can give it in the name of the function if required. Okay, it's not mandatory, if required. So here what I have done, I have written class and class. Okay, I should indicate that this part is called as pre-randomization. So if you want, you can write this function and function void pre-randomize. And it's not compulsory. If you want to write, you can write it. Okay, as I told in the post randomization, we are going to display the result, correct? So that displaying you can write in one more function, and you can write that under post randomization. It is just to project and show that this particular part belongs to pre-randomization and post randomization, but it is not compulsory. Okay, again the same thing, simple code only. Okay, I'm randomizing it only for one time, I didn't write any repeat loop. Okay, address and data, we will be able to get some random values. Okay, 185, 161, some random values I have got. And pre and post randomization, first I got pre randomization, then only I got post randomization. Okay, so this is common, even if you do not write also the code works as it is. That is why I'm telling not required to specifically write it. Okay, next. See, all these codes what I'm explaining is already present with you people. Okay, I hope so you people are making use of it. You should practice it, it's from your end. Okay, in the session we can explain, but in the background how much you are practicing, that also matters a lot for your coding knowledge. Okay, next. See here, so we are having class and class. Okay, I have written rand, one property I have written. Now I have written one constraint. What is the syntax? Basic syntax of constraint means constraint, name of the constraint which is user defined, open and close a flower bracket, and inside you should write semicolon. Means here if I write it, it looks something like this. See, whoever is leaving the meeting in between, you have to take a permission and leave. Okay, if you are leaving just like that, I don't give the attendance, first point, and I don't give the recording also until and unless you don't give me the reason. Okay, so if there is any network issue or something, you should inform and you should leave. Okay, what I was explaining, constraint syntax. Okay, the syntax of the constraint will be something like this: constraint, keyword, for all the types of constraint. Okay, for all the types of constraint, same keyword, same syntax. Constraint, name of the constraint which is user defined, anything you want you can keep. Okay, open and close flower bracket. Okay, And semicolon should not be outside, it should be inside. Okay, please make a note of this proper syntax. Semicolon is always inside, not outside. Okay, make a note of this. This is the syntax. Okay, one second. Vishal Vikas has left, no? So recording won't be provided. Okay, whoever is leaving the session in between without information. Okay, not be provided. Left the session. Okay. Okay, that's about the constraint syntax. And now let us see this a simple condition. Okay, constraint, name of the constraint, anything that you want you can keep. For this property, for this variable, I have written the condition as, okay, produce the random values, but those random values should be greater than 5. That is one condition that I am keeping here. It should be greater than 5. Whatever the values I get, na, all the values should be greater than 5. Okay, module and module, initial, begin, end. I have written one handle, one object, and I'm repeating the loop for 10 times, which means what I want, 10 values for address. All the 10 values should be greater than 5. Okay, let me run the code. Hmm. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 values. I got all the 10 values are greater than 5, correct? If I write something like greater than 10, okay, I get the values in such a way that I get everything greater than 10. Less than 10, I'll not get any single value. Okay, see, less than 10 I didn't get any value, all are greater than 10 only. Okay, so in this way the constraints are actually working. This is a normal constraint, it doesn't come under any category. It is not a distribution, it is not conditional, it is not inline. It's a general normal constraint only. Okay, yes. Next. Okay, and see here what I have done in this example, I have written the constraint inside the class. Can you write outside the class? Yes, you can write, but usually we will not write. Okay, see what I have done here is I have written the constraint. Simply I have called the constraint and constraint name, but actually constraint is written outside. Okay, and what is this? This is called as scope resolution operator. Scope resolution operator is nothing but double colon. Double colon, why I am writing? Because see, this is one line that I'm writing outside the class. Just imagine this is one person. This is the home. When the person is going outside the home, the person, or else it is a school and it's a student. Okay, the student is going out of the school. Means student will be having one ID card telling that I belonging to this particular school. Okay, or the student will be having a uniform which automatically projects that the particular student is belonging to so and so school. Correct, na? The same way, when you are writing something outside the class, you should write that from which class you belong to. You belong to packet class, correct, na? That write that name and write the scope resolution operator, indicating that whatever I'm writing that actually belongs to this particular class. You should inform. If you don't inform, how the class will understand? Because okay, you have called, but just calling is not enough. You should whenever you go, you write something outside the class, you should properly indicate with the help of scope resolution operator that this particular line belongs to this particular class. Because in system verilog test bench architecture, many files I'll be having, many files I'll be having. Okay, so to avoid the because many classes if I have, if I simply write a random line, how should I get to know that this line is belonging to this particular class? Right, if I'm having 5 classes, okay, in the same code only, if I have written 5 classes, if I simply write like this, how I get to know where to call? correct? So you should properly write that this line belongs to this particular class using scope resolution operator. Okay, so like this also you can write, still you get the same answer. But usually we will not write the constraint outside the block, we will write the constraint inside the block only usually. Okay, yes. So address is greater than 5, according to that I'm getting the output. Okay. Conditional for each is disable static functions unique soft. Okay. Okay, so that's about it. And how to write the constraint. Okay, coming to, so many examples are there, that is why I'm taking another session. Okay, so because everything with respect to code only we have to understand, theory is not there so much. Hmm. So next, class and class. Again, I have taken one variable or property and I have one random constraint I have written. Okay. Now, in the constraint, can I use inheritance concept? Inheritance means what again? So I'll introduce the inheritance. Inheritance is again a separate concept. But anyways, now also I will explain. Just like how I explained scope resolution. Scope resolution is actually a different subject. Sorry, different topic. Now I explained you people the same way. Let me also explain inheritance. What is inheritance means, you will be having one class and end class. Okay, now this is called as, just imagine this is a parent class. Okay, now if I want to write it's a child class, then what do I have to do means, I have to use the word called extend. Extend class and class. Okay, write the word extend from A. Okay, means class B extends from A. When I write this, what happens? What is the use of this inheritance means, what reusability, mainly reusability. How reusability? Whatever you are writing in the parent class, no, whatever the lines you have written here, whatever the properties and methods you have written here, automatically that will get inherited, that will get copied into the child class. Means I am a child of my parent. Okay, whatever my parents have the talent, automatically I will be having that, right? Getting my point. Some parents will be good singers, automatically their kids also will become singer. It's not like mandatory they have to be, they also have to become singer, but I'm just telling about the hierarchy, the inheritance part. Okay, automatically we get that particular trait or property, correct? That is what is happening in the inheritance concept. Whatever the lines you are writing here in the parent class, automatically that comes in the child class also, automatically that gets inherited in the child class. With the help of this we can improve the reusability. Means what, one time you write, again and again and again you can use it. That's a inheritance concept's advantage. Okay, so this intro today I have given, this elaborated explanation again I will give, because you can see here inheritance is again a separate concept. Okay, so just I will write that intro of scope resolution operator and inheritance. Along with again we will we will discuss. Okay, today as it is coming under the constraint topic, I'm just giving some intro, that's it. Okay, now did I copy that? Huh. Okay, so now see, as I told, I am using the child class. Okay, now what is the meaning of this? See, class packet 2 extends from packet. This name again I have used, which means what, now this is a parent class, this is a child class. Okay, now what is happening here? I have written something here. Okay, now okay, just think I am writing. Now why I am writing only address? Let me take another variable. Okay, called data. Data. Okay, na. Okay, now in the child class I'm writing, in the parent class I'm writing one constraint, in the child class I'm writing another constraint. You can ask me, ma'am, you have not declared data in the class too, will that be okay? It is okay. Why? Because as I'm telling, whatever the lines I have written here, no, that actually got copied here. It is not visible for me, it is encrypted. Encrypted means it is not visible for the programmer, but whatever the lines are present here, automatically that got, when the moment you write this word extend, okay, all these three lines are automatically got copied here. Getting my point? See, I'm having address, data, I'm having this constraint also, I'm having data also. That's how the things are happening. It is encrypted, I can't see, but these three lines are all automatically present here. Okay, that's how the child class and parent class will work. Now, what is inheritance? Constraint inheritance means, I have written mm, I have written one constraint in the parent class. Okay, now these two lines are present here, correct? Now see, you are first writing in the line number 8, you have written address is greater than 5. In the line number 9, address is less than 5. Is it not wrong? Means it is getting overridden. I mean to tell, whatever you have written in the parent class and whatever you will write in the child class should not override actually. Okay, if you wanna write something different. See, you are writing something here. You are writing address should be greater than 5, means your answer should be in terms of 6, 7, 8 something. But here you are writing opposite to that. When you write this, what happens? The overriding will happen. Okay, which answer you will get now? The child class answer you will get. Of course, child class answer only you should get now, because if you copy this also, if you keep here, first there is line number 8. In the memory, address is greater than 5 is stored. Later on, again you are changing your statement. Now, which is your latest statement? That only will get updated in the memory. Okay, so which answer you will get here? Child class answer you will get, not parent class answer, because parent class answer has been overridden by the child class answer. Okay, now you can see here, I am writing one parent class handle, one child class handle. Okay, I have created an object, and for both I'm using object.randomize. Okay, means separately I am randomizing. Parent, using parent class I'm randomizing, using child class also I'm randomizing. Separately I'm randomizing. Okay, this is the answer of the parent class. This is the answer of the child class. Okay, so let us see what answers we are going to get it. So in the parent class, when you use object.randomize, what is the condition that you have written here? Address should be greater than 5, correct na? That is what you are getting here. Okay, in the child class too, what you have written? Address is less than 5 you have written, correct na? That only you are getting, address is less than 5. Okay, in the child class you can't expect the answer of the parent class. Suppose if I comment this, just imagine, run the code. Okay, now you might be thinking, ma'am, there is nothing here, correct na? Actually, line is present. Which line, you tell me? These two lines are present. I can't see that. See, here I can't see, but the simulator knows that here it is present. See, this is child class two's answer, correct? What I'm getting? Address is greater than 5. I'm getting. Are you people able to understand? Actually, there is nothing here, correct? No, I am printing the result, I am also getting the result. There is no, I didn't even write a single line here, but using a packet 2, when I randomize, I am able to get the answer. Whose answer I'm getting? Parent class answer I'm getting. Okay, that is called as inheritance. Okay, guys, now did you understand how the inheritance is working and how the overriding is happening? Is any confusion here in the inheritance? Others? Anyone want repetition? I'll explain, that's not a problem. Okay, Vikas again joined. I think there is network. If there is network issue, just keep me updated. Okay. Yes. Hmm. Okay, so inheritance is very very important. Try to understand it properly. Okay, main importantly, when I didn't write anything also I'm getting output, because these two lines are automatically present here. I can't see, it is encrypted, but it is present because of the inheritance concept. Okay na? Yes, so that's about the inheritance output. Okay, so remaining we will discuss in the 5:30 session. Okay, 5:30, some 45 minutes if I take, it is enough. All are code only, we just have to discuss about the code. So we will discuss about the codes and I will provide you the constraints document. Constraints document I will provide. Okay, it's a 640, no, another one code I'll explain. Okay, any one code inside example I'll explain. Okay. Inside means what? Okay, inside is again one operator. Okay, 4 o'clock I'm having UVM, so some 15 minutes I'll take break. Inside is one simple operator. Okay. Hmm. What are we going to do with the help of inside? Means we are going to declare the range. Okay, now class and class I'm having some three variable or three property. Okay, now I am all the three variables I want to randomize. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now I have what constraint I have written. Means constraint, name of the constraint, open and close a flower bracket. Inside that I'm writing address is there na, address value should be inside or should be in between starting address and ending address. Which means what? See, first of all, when you run the object dot randomize, all the three variables will get randomized. Just imagine you get some answer for 25 for starting address, you get some answer like 100 for the ending address. Okay na, this address is there na, this address value, this address randomized value should be in between 25 and 100. That is a meaning of address, sorry, that is a meaning of inside operator. In the inside operator I'm telling whatever the value I get for address, that should be in between 25 and 100. That's the meaning of it. Okay, suppose if I run the code now, whatever answer I get for starting address, ending address, because I am also not deciding what is starting address, what is ending address. That is also getting randomized only. See, starting address I got 5, ending address I got 10. In between that, any one value I want, that is address. See, 6. 6 is between 5 and 10. Correct? That is what inside operator will do. Inside operator is going to decide the range. Okay, next 3 times I'm randomizing. Okay, next starting address 5 I got, ending address 7 I got, between 5 and 7 I got 6. Next 4, 12, 8 is in between 4 and 12. Correct? Suppose instead of this, can you write like this? Means 8 is to 15. Yes, this is also fine. It's left to your choice. You write the variable or directly you write the value. What I'm trying to write here, address value should be in between 8 to 15. See, 9 I got, 9 I got, 12 I got. Is it in between 8 to 15? Yes. Like that, inside operator will decide the range. I want the random value, but I want the random value between these values only. Suppose if I write 8 and 9, 8 and 9. Okay, so definitely I know that I will get only these values for address. Okay, see, I got 9, 8, 8. 100% that is. Okay, that's how the inside operator will work. It will going to tell the range of a particular variable that you have written here. Okay, yes. So now I will stop.